Yeah, I know what type of time I'm on when I step in the scene, man. Had them bottles ready, had them sparkles ready. It's gonna be a good night. Last time around, it was different. Somebody tell them pay attention, nigga.
Yeah. Welcome to this brand new episode of another Shitty Opinion podcast. Your boy John, my co-host Bree. We're a man down to this week's episode. Last week was a man down. I wasn't here, but I'm back this week. But our host in the back won't be on this week's episode, so it's just me and my co-host Bree. And we're ready to, jump right into it. Podcast beef has been stirring. So obviously Cam and Mase have been doing their thing with their little, their sports show. It is what it is. They've been doing their thing. In the midst of when that thing first popped off, Nori was on Joe Budden's podcast. And then they was, chilling, talking shit. And then they mentioned how it's funny how all these failed rappers is doing podcasts now. And they said something about they laugh. What was it? They said they laugh at when the failed rappers try to do the podcast and they fail at that too, or something along the lines of that. And obviously Cameron felt the type of way because that was at like when that soundbite came out was like in the midst of when his shit started to really buzz and people started to take his show like seriously, like, oh shit. Like, obviously Cameron's a rapper and he's doing a sports show. So that, that happens. Obviously he said something at that time. Then, him and Nori passed it up. He said him and Nori passed it up. Then few months later, him and Mase tell an old story about something they did when they was younger in the 90s. And then on the Joe Budden podcast, they talked about it, but Melissa Ford then said a comment insinuating you gotta be careful with going to places like that because there might, be women that's not of age in that type of establishment, which led to, Cameron feeling type of way because it's like, what are you insinuating? Especially in times where people are getting accused of things from the 90s and far on by, like, back then. So obviously, with the previous story I said, there was obviously sort of like, I what's that long type of thing, and then that came out. So, Cameron went on, posted, talking shit about Melissa Ford, and she apologized, but Cameron didn't accept her apology, then went on live and went a little more further. And then that's when Joe Budden responded. He even came for Queen's Flip. Queen's Flip also responded. But overall, with the whole everything that's going on, do you feel like Cameron was wrong to take it the way he took it?
Yeah, the shoe don't fit, motherfucker, don't wear it. I'm a firm believer that if something's being said and it doesn't relate to you, motherfucker, then you move forward, you move on, you move past it, you do what you do. But I don't feel like it should be a big deal if it you okay, yes, underage girls probably go there, but that doesn't mean you fucked with an underage girl. You get what I'm saying? Like, if it doesn't fit, you don't need to wear it. You get what I'm saying?
That's understandable, but that's you gotta also look at it as like of anything you could have said. It's you're making a comment based off a story. So basically, if they don't tell that said story, you don't make that comment. But then it's like you make that even if the student don't know what I'm trying to say. Yeah, like that's not what they did. But it's like why bring that? Like, oh yeah, you gotta be careful with that place. Talking about
But that's what happens when you open up, when you do a podcast, Johnny, and you talking about certain stories. And listen, when we do podcasts and we open up with the story and we say certain stories that leave people to have an opinion about the stories we tell. So again, I get what you're saying, but they basically replying to a story they said. So to me, it's just, again, if you never fucked with underage girls and you never did this, they replying to your story. They replying ultimately to the story you told. So
no, that's understandable, but you can respond, but you can't insinuate something illegal. You know what I'm trying to say? Because that's a bad thing.
But did she say? Did she say? Oh, he fucked a young girl? No, she didn't.
But and that it's I'm gonna give you.
She didn't.
But
she didn't.
She didn't say that, but it's like
okay, so she didn't say it.
But she insinuated. She insinuated that there could have been a probability that y'all did do that.
So you go on your podcast and you say it didn't happen and you move forward, Johnny. You don't dwell on it. This whole beat to me just sounds whack as shit. Like, y'all all do podcasts. Yes, I feel like ever since now, like, yes, Joe was the first one to really do his podcast, and him being a rapper at first, and then like, turn into podcasts and
right.
Okay, cool. But it's like all these rappers are doing podcasts, and there's been stories Joe has told that I'm looking at Joe like, and so if people comment on it, is it, again, it's up to Joe to go on his podcast and be like, that shit ain't what it mean, or that's not what I meant, or whatever, and then move past it. To keep going round in circle is stupid to me.
No, like, I see what you're saying. Like once you're in this space and you say your story and you put it out to the public, anybody could comment and talk about it. But when you take a story and indirectly are like, not saying that's what her goal her goal was, but you take the story and you kind of make it seem like their story could be way worse than what it is. You know what I'm trying to say? It's like they said their story, they didn't say nothing crazy, but then you're adding a whole nother layer of like, yo, shit, why would that's what I'm saying. It's like you kind of putting something on them, because basically you're saying like, how I'll look at it is like, why would you put a story out like that? Just at that time, or at those places, not even at that time, those places, there'd be people that might not be of age in those establishments. So, but it's like, and then obviously we're in a time where, innocent, you have to protect your name. You gotta protect your name.
Well, if you have to protect your name, then you shouldn't be telling stories like that. Because
that's not true.
Yes, it is. Because it is true, John, because you're blaming her for saying, oh, there could have been underage girls there. But he's the one who told the story of the club or in that place. So again, when you
nobody was thinking about underage girls.
But Johnny, you don't know if it's true. You don't know if there was underage girls there, and
no,
that was no setting.
But
what I'm saying to you is, okay, but she's probably, because she's been in the industry, she's probably been to that place and knew there was underage girls, and that's why she said it. It's probably because she knew it. And so if that's the case, and if that's the case, then you should be very careful of what stories you tell as well. Because there's underage girls where you at.
I understand what you're saying, but it's still like,
again, you want to blame her. You want to blame her.
I'm not blaming her.
But you want to say, well, you shouldn't say things like that. Well, then he shouldn't tell stories like that. Then he should keep the story abroad and not say the place or like the directions. There's a lot of podcasters, they'll be like, I'm not gonna say the place, but they tell the story.
That's understandable, but still.
So again,
as a podcaster, she has a right to say what she says, give her opinion, comment on a publicized story, because that's what everyone does. You say something public, and it draws attention to be spoken about. But I just feel like for him to tell that story, it's nothing. It's not shocking. You know what I'm trying to say? It's not okay. That's a story they told on their pod. It's like, oh, we're gonna talk.
But it's not shocking that there's underage girls in the club either. So let's not act like this is something new. Like that to this day, there's still underage girls in the club. So let's not act like there's something new. She didn't say, "Oh, I saw Karen fucking an underage girl or messing with an underage girl." She didn't say that. She said the club may have underage girls, and that's not nothing new. That's not something that you surprised about, or are you? Because you went to college and you know a bunch of us were in their underage. So again, it's not something that is new or it's not something that should be shocking people. It's okay. There was underage girls in there.
But the point is, why would you say that? No one is thinking about that at all. You know,
because Johnny, if you hear the story about a certain, if I heard a story about Milk Club in White Plains, I'm gonna Milk Bar. I'm gonna say, damn, we was a bunch of underage girls in that bitch. Because the first thing that comes to your mind is a description of where that was and what that was about. And you can't tell me the first thing, if anybody else was to hear it and do a podcast and they heard Milk Bar, that the first thing that would come to their mind isn't, oh, there was a bunch of underage girls in that shit. That's why it got shut down.
I understand that point, but still, the spot you're talking about, that establishment could still be going to this day.
And it probably still underage girls in that shit to this day.
But like, you know what I'm trying to say?
No, I don't. Because again, you're trying to find fault in what she said, and there's no fault. The first thing that comes to your head when you think of okay, John. So if we was doing a podcast, right? And we sitting here chit-chatting, and the Milk Bar comes up, and I bring up the Milk Bar. What's the first thing that's gonna come to your head? It's not gonna be, yo, we have fun. No, the first thing is gonna be like, yo, that shit had a bunch of underage people in that bitch.
I'm saying it got a lot of Berkeley students fucked up. I ain't gonna be thinking about underage and Johnny. That's not gonna be my first thought. It's not.
That's some bullshit then. Because I want you to know that would be my first thought. There was a bunch of they just let anybody get in that bitch. You could be 16 and you was in that bitch.
That's crazy.
Like, come on, man. Like, let's not act like this is something new, though.
I completely understand your point, but when it comes to, like, you can't, certain things you just can't insinuate onto people.
But she didn't insinuate it on him. She just said it was underage, bitch.
Yeah, there was. So, all right. The first thing, all right, you hear the story, you laugh. And the first thing you could talk about is underage women. What are you trying to say? We understand, oh, this could be underage women in there.
Saying Cameron was fucking underage woman. That's not what she said. She just said there was always underage girls in that place. She never said anything about Cameron or Mase or Joe or anybody fucking these underage girls. But if the shoe fits, if you get offended by it, wear it, John. Wear it, because you getting offended by it just proves that you know there's some shit that can come up about your ass in that club with some underage girls. If not, just it shouldn't even bother him. I'm sorry, John. It shouldn't have even bothered him. And if you like shit should have bothered him, that's crazy to me.
Come on, John. You can't be throwing stuff like that, because then.
Oh my God, that's not true. That's not. She didn't though. She did not.
I'm pretty sure after that, people would have thought like, oh, it's talking about underage. All people headline's gonna be Cam, underage, and that's it. That's gonna be the headline.
Okay.
After a statement of a story they told, mentioned nothing about being anybody underage and had nothing to do about it. Come on.
I don't think that's true, but okay.
You don't have to. She could have said everything else. But what was her? Nah, I don't know. I don't know why she took that route. But no, it is what it is how it stands, because they feel how they feel, and they obviously gonna agree to disagree. It's probably gonna die down. It ain't gonna go nowhere from this,
No, it won't.
won't go nowhere there from this, but who knows? You know, they take more jabs at each other when it comes to their shows. And shout out to also Cam and Mase, because Complex made the list and they was number 6. They came in number 6 on the list for most influential or for not influential, I think it was influential, but sports shows. They was ranked, Cameron and Mase was ranked number 6. So, and there
I
was
mean,
some
do have
big name personalities on that list as well, and they only been at it almost, probably it hasn't been a year yet, but almost a year, and they cracked the top 6.
I think their show is funny. I watch it. Their show is really funny. Like it's hilarious to me. I mean, Mase is the funny one. Cameron has his moments, but Mase is the ultimate.
They're both funny.
Yeah,
It just works when they get together.
Like Mase is more funny to me.
I'm not arguing who's more funny. I'm saying they both funny, and it just works because they have that chemistry, and it just all works out.
Yeah.
Now, Mase be saying some funny shit. Mase is funny.
Mase is mad funny. He's stupid as hell. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what it is. I think he's so dumb. It's just like, it's funny. But let's see what else brings to this argument.
You know what I'm saying? Speaking of Mase, so a freestyle of his have recently resurfaced, but it was actually a freestyle, but it's a song that he did like a year or two ago, dissing Diddy, but he substituted some lyrics and added some newer lyrics to it in light of everything going around. Cause I was seeing people saying like, yo, that the footage was kind of old, but if you like look up like the lyrics of the actual song, certain parts is that he said in that little freestyle on stage wasn't on the record. Like, so he substituted, like he took some of the lines and he substituted, and he made it more, you know, a little more, what's the word? He was already taking shots and dissing Diddy, but he chose certain words that was a little way more disrespectful. What was your overall thoughts on the clip?
I thought it was funny. I mean, everybody's gonna take shots at P. Diddy right now. This is also something I'm not surprised about. And Mase has already had his beef with Diddy before this whole accusation and shit, talking about Diddy ain't shit and Diddy's this and Diddy's that. So again, I'm not surprised nor am I shocked that, you know, he's shooting shots or whatever the case may be. If that's the case, if he's shooting shots, but again, I don't see a problem with it. It's not like it's something new. He's been shooting shots at Diddy.
No, he has.
Yeah. I mean, it's just now it seems more like hurtful because
he's talking about that's why God gave him daughters.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like now it feels more like hurtful and more of like a dagger because
of what's going on.
Right,
but
Diddy.
Also, that line itself, that little those lines wasn't originally in the record too. So
no, I can see that. I'm just saying, like, I think now it's a little bit more of like a dagger because
of all allegations and
right. Yeah. I think Mase have always been talking and
he's always spoken about like why he's against Diddy and you know, Diddy or what other foul things Diddy has done. He's always speaking up over the years, like especially when he like his return to the entertainment industry, because you know he left for a few years. He went to do the pastor thing. He was doing his own thing, but when he like put one foot back into the industry and entertainment, music, I would say music class entertainment, he has been very vocal on how Diddy has wronged him, and he's been voicing his opinion and saying, you know, what he's been saying. But like, why? I seen that shit. I'm like, damn. I was like, ooh, Mase went. He went. I don't know why. Well, I know why, obviously, but I was like, damn, he went in on Diddy on that one. You said what?
In my head, I was laughing. I was like, this shit is stupid. Like, Mase is dumb as hell, but I get it. I feel like everybody's gonna take their shot. P. Diddy should at this point be fully prepared to be having shots thrown at him, because I mean, it's in the line works for it. But I don't know. It was okay. I just now I'm at a point where I don't want to see Mase doing no diss song.
Wow. But
You know
then
what I'm saying? Like,
this song came out like a year. The actual song came out, I think, like a year or two ago.
Still, even a year ago, I didn't want to see Mase do no damn diss song, John.
Telling his side of his story.
He too grown for this.
But it's his side of his story. It's his story to tell.
Nah, you can't pick and choose when you want to say that shit, John. Don't piss me off with that shit, dude. Because when I was saying the same thing for Dame when he was telling his story with Ashanti, you were like, yeah, but it's just distasteful. And then when I said, nah, hold on.
I'm saying that purposely.
Hold on.
I'm saying that purposely.
But okay.
Yeah, I'm saying that purposely. I know that's what you like to say. So I'm saying he's telling his story. He's saying
nah, but don't use my line against me when you want to, John. That's not how this shit works. Because when I say it, when I fucking say it, when I say it, you be always against that shit. Like, nah.
I use it.
Nah. Now you can't use it because you want to use it. Get the fuck out of here with that.
But tell me it does not work perfectly. You just say
it doesn't work perfectly with this. It doesn't work perfectly with this. It doesn't work perfectly with this. It does not. A diss song is not you telling your story.
When you watch this episode, let Bree know about that part. Like it worked.
Nah, fuck that. I said before, and I'm gonna say it again. You don't get to fucking choose when that shit fits. You did right now. You just choose. Oh, this saying fits into here now, and it doesn't fit into here. So don't try to fucking do that shit, John, because that shit ain't gonna work. Hold that shit. Hold it, because that shit ain't gonna work.
How?
I just explained to you, because if you don't agree when I say it for other shit, you're not allowed to throw that in here because you feel like it fits.
No, that's not what I'm doing.
Yeah, you doing. That's the fuck you doing. So let's make this very clear to the audience who watches. Nah, get the fuck out of here with that. It does not work for that. A diss song is not your story. You dissing the person. And so that doesn't fit. Nah, it's not part of your story. It's not part of your story. Talking about
if you drop a diss record, it's telling your side of the story, especially if you feel like someone disgruntled you or like someone did you wrong and you are a musical artist and you take the route to make a record about it, addressing them and dissing them, that is telling your side of the story. That is true. You just feel like, you just feel like Mase took that route. That's how you feel.
No, I'm saying I didn't want to hear Mase do a diss rap. If Mase want to tell his side of the story, if Mase want to tell what happened and what it is, I'm cool with that. Oh, okay, so then we good with that. But making a diss song, rapping and shit, nobody want to hear that from Mase.
That's how artists express themselves.
He too old for that shit. He already has done that. Like, we need to move past it. Like, nobody want to hear your diss record, Mase. Nobody give a fuck.
Okay, that's how you feel.
Right, you too grown for that shit.
Okay, now we're gonna keep it.
That's like 50 Cent doing a fucking a diss song to Ja. Nigga, really?
Now that's different. 50.
All right, it's the same shit with Mase.
It's not the same.
It's the same shit.
How many more? All right. How many diss records has 50 had dissing Ja compared to how many diss records Mase has dissing Diddy?
A lot. It's the same.
It's nowhere near. It's nowhere near each other.
It's the same shit.
One has way more jabs, shots, direct shots than I can't think of that many Diddy Mase songs just in Diddy. I can't. I can't.
Whatever you said. Whatever.
All right. I guess me and Bree will agree to disagree on that. Very popular YouTuber / social media guy. You know, he's been saying he likes, someone who's famous for ruffling feathers because he says things that obviously rub people the wrong way. Charlston White was doing one of his shows in Texas. He got into it with a fan, and them fans ran up on them stage, and someone I feel like that's angered a lot of people for the things he said and how he speaks about certain situations and his tone on certain things. So some people, they laughed. It was like, oh shit, he finally got what was coming to him. He caught a little beating in. He was able to, walk away. Put their videos obviously showing his face. His face was good, but he caught a little whooping. It is what it is. What was your overall thoughts on the situation?
I be wondering, like, is there be no security?
Oh yeah, I was kind of confused at that. I was like, I see like
but
the one guy on the stage. I thought he was the security because he jumped down. I thought when he jumped down, I thought he was coming to like defuse it before it got to where it got to. And then I don't know where's the security at in that situation, but
like I be so confused. Like when I be watching these videos, I be like, "There's no security. Like there's nobody on that stage or in front of the stage to protect these people." See, if we ever get to the point where we that big and we doing like live shows and shit, I promise you this. I'm from the hood. We get security for every in, out, up, down, exit, entrance, everywhere. Like when I turn my head, I better see security. When I
which is smart, I'm trying to say.
If I blink and open my eyes, I better see security.
Yeah, and I agree with you. That's just the smart way to go about it because of obviously stuff like that. Even though he kind of antagonized, like he kind of caused that situation. That situation probably wouldn't have happened if he wasn't going so hard to come at that one fan. But no, that shit was man funny. He was picking up everything in sight. He threw a fucking flower pot, threw the microphone. He picked up a chair. He just grabbed everything in sight.
That's my thing. Why are you going to this dickhead? You pay money to go to these type of dickhead like
he
stuff.
was in the front row. You know what I'm trying to say? Like people can say Charleston White not that big enough, but sitting front row, certain event is like you gotta pay a little more to sit right in those seats.
That's what I'm saying. Like to me, I wouldn't spend money to go to a person's show and then want to fight them and get kicked out. I spend money in this bitch. I want to watch the show. And if I don't support or don't want to watch the show, then I'm not gonna pay money.
That's what I'm saying. I understand this. I find it crazy. Like, of all things, you go to something. Why would you go to a show to someone you probably don't really like? Pay money, basically pay money to help them out because that's how they get percentage of probably tickets sold. So when you buy, you don't say you don't like him, but when you buy a ticket, you're supporting him,
right?
And then you get there and that happens. It's like, I guess, they have money to throw away. They could go front row and, some people got money to throw away.
Right.
So they could do stuff like that. Now, we go from one circus to another circus. It's been a constant circus. We've had the conversation about them before. Like at this point, I don't know what's real or what's entertainment with them, and like at this point, I really don't know. Like I don't know what's real or not. Apparently, Blueface came out and said he is not the father of Krishan's baby. He's not the father. And also in the midst of them doing that, he also said that Offset allegedly smashed Krishan at him and Cardi B's crib. He said the date was November 4th, November 10th, something like
sure.
that. He gave the date and he gave the time. He gave the date and the time, and basically put that out there. There's a lot. Like I said, a lot of craziness going on.
Well, Cardi then came out and said her and Offset haven't been together for the last few months. She is officially single for the last 4 to 5 months.
Which fits the timeline of what Blueface said. You know what I'm trying to say? Like,
right, and she's saying she don't know if it's true or not, and she don't care to know if it's true or not.
Because it fits if they were broken up for like the last 4 or 5 months, the date that Blueface gave fits in that time frame where they Offset and Cardi B has been split, so it's not really it would not really cause for them to split if everyone's saying is true, because we don't know. You know what I'm trying to say? We don't really know. But if everyone's saying is true, it's all right. Offset and his wife is split. So if he was to smash Krishan Rock, it wouldn't be an issue with what he got going on, because obviously him and Cardi B is split. But I don't know. It's just a lot going on. Again, I don't be knowing what's real or fake with them. I seen something with the Krishan linked his other, I would say his girlfriend, his other mother, his child.
Well, that's his fiance.
That's his fiance. I seen they was linked up and they was chilling, having a blast. So, like I said, when it comes to their situation, I don't know what's real, what's fake. I just read it, what pops up on the timeline, like in the feeds. Oh, okay, read it, probably view it, and I don't know how.
My whole thing is, if he's gonna keep saying that's not his child, then let's just get a DNA and let's solve this right now. Like,
he said he officially found out. He said he snuckly took a swab and he snuck the DNA and got the test. That's what.
No, I don't want to do that. Let's do this the court way. Let's go to court and do the DNA through the courts, and then let's see from there. Him swabbing and doing all that shit, I don't trust him enough to do that. Again, I need him to go to the courts, and I need him to do it the court way.
So make it official, basically saying go to court, make it official.
Yes.
And once they make it official, what they say, that's what you're gonna go by. You're not gonna go by the words of, because obviously a lot has been said between. I just thought about it. Krishan, in response of what he was saying, came on and said she done found allegedly gay porn on his browser, and that's what I said. There's a lot going on with them.
All I'm saying is, after she got his face covered up on her neck, that's when he decides to talk shit, and I'm okay with it. But if you're gonna keep saying this child is not yours, I'm okay with that. But then let's go to the courts and figure that out.
Yeah, so which is doable. But like I said, circus, I don't know what to believe in when it comes to it, but we are going to leave the circus and talk about something positive. Busta Rhymes took the stage with his 3 daughters on Jimmy Fallon's show. He performed with his daughters.
When I saw Busta Rhymes on the rundown, I'm thinking we were gonna talk about him and Benzino.
I think we covered the him and Benzino stuff. Has there been more stuff that have been added to it? Because I know when the video first dropped, we talked about it. When he dropped the video of Coil Ray, I know we had talked about it. If there was more stuff added to it after we originally covered it, I might have missed it, but something positive.
Go ahead.
But yeah, he was on Jimmy Fallon's show. He performed with his daughters. which I thought was dope. It's a positive thing to talk about.
I just listen. We've never seen his girls, so it's just weird to me. They come out and they just performing with him now. It's not weird to you. It's weird to me. No,
Maybe he feels like they're more ready for it now.
Miss me with that shit, John. He's been in the industry forever.
Yeah, but his daughters all look old enough to be, you know, if they want to pursue a musical career, they can.
I just found it dumb. Maybe that's just me.
You know, just need a little more positivity.
You trying to say I'm negative?
No, I'm not saying you're negative. I'm saying all the stuff that we talked
because
about.
I was about to say, John, don't let this holiday shit get to you, John.
What? Yo, listen.
All right, check yourself.
Listen to all the stories we just covered.
I didn't find nothing negative.
What? All that shit was negative. Everything we covered was negative.
The only thing I found negative was the Blueface shit.
Charlston White getting beat up on stage, that's not negative? Or like...
when you deserve it, you deserve it.
I'm saying,
right. In the hood, if you have the balls to say... They have a saying in the hood. Whatever you say, make sure your hands can back it up. Whatever you say, and this is just a lesson for the world, okay? Even if you're not from the hood and you're watching this, I'm going to say this again. I'm going to say it louder so you can hear me in the mic. Mm-hmm. Whatever you say to people, make sure your hands can back it up.
Well, that's true. That is true. Yeah, that is a great saying to live by. Don't talk if you can't back it up, because obviously you're going to say something and you're going to be confronted about it. And you can't back it up. Ain't going to be...
That's life lesson. See, that's something positive.
That's definitely a life lesson.
And it's something positive.
It is. No, it is. I agree with you. That's definitely a positive life lesson.
Right. Too many of y'all be talking and gonna end up getting beat up on stage. That's a metaphor, though. Y'all not on the stage, but y'all gonna get beat up on the stage, okay?
No, the stage is gonna be whatever venue or whatever location you're at when
the person catches your dumb ass.
Mm-hmm. 2 Chainz was recently in a bad car accident, which he survived, and he's in stable condition, but the footage of it looked crazy.
I'm gonna need you to put some respect on 2 Chainz' name. When you say his name, I want you to say it the way it needs to be said. 2 Chainz.
That sounds, in the story like this, I can't say it like that.
You still need to say it because he still needs his fucking respect, John. Don't disrespect 2 Chainz. Even though when I saw the car accident, I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it was.
I was confused.
A little crazy.
I mean, I'm very thankful that he survived. You know what I'm saying? Because those type of car accidents usually you don't have a comeback.
Allegedly, he was hit by a drunk driver.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Usually it was crazy to me, is that when you hear these stories about drunk driving and you hear that, there was an accident, you never hear that the drunk driver died. You know that? Just
sad but crazy part.
What happened?
I said that's the sad but crazy part.
Right. Just think of it, John. All the drunk driving stories we hear, right? Mm-hmm. We never hear that the drunk driver dies. Like, never. We only hear like the other car who was a regular person going from A to B dying.
Mm-hmm. There's always the person, unfortunately, there's always the person that's caught up in the mess that the drunk driver.
Right. So for 2 Chainz, right.
That works out that way.
always. And so when I heard that he got hit by a drunk driver, I'm like, and he's still alive. I'm like, thank you, God, because technically that's not the odds. The odds was never in the favor of the driver who is going from point A to point B without being drunk. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, God was on his side. So 2 Chainz better thank God that God was with him that night, because Johnny, I don't know if you saw the car. The car was totaled.
Oh no, that car. That's what I said. I'm lucky for him. He's blessed that
like,
he's you know.
Right. And so this is what makes me scared to drive. This is what I'm not gonna lie to you. This is what makes me scared to drive, John, because again, like I said, the person who's driving the car, who's sober, never survives those kind of accidents.
It's crazy.
And it's crazy to me.
No, it
is crazy.
It really is.
But talking about accidents, John, I have to throw this in there because we talked about the YSL court case, and we talked about the Amber Heard and the Johnny Depp court cases. And if you watch the show, I love court cases and I love Criminal Minds and criminal movies and criminal shows, right? So right now, there's the biggest case going on right now where this white young lady, a black guy, he was having a diabetic episode, crashed into another car, right? And the person in the other car got out, whatever, and then there was a standby, and one of the standbys was a young white girl, and she was a standby. Now the guy was having a diabetic episode, so he got back in his car, and tried to drive off to the hospital, John. And this white she was a standby, she wasn't in the accident. She chased the guy, calling 911, and the 911 told her, like, stop chasing him, please just leave him, let him go. You go back to the accident and write up a witness statement. She ended up chasing the guy, cut in front of him, right? Blocking him in, got out the car, and then shot him.
What the fuck?
And now she's on trial for killing this guy because she said she thought he was drunk and belligerent. So she was like doing a citizen arrest, even though they have the
drunk and belligerent. Why the fuck would you shoot him?
Pretty much because he was still inside the car, and she's saying that he pulled the trigger, that he was close enough and he pulled the trigger. Unfortunately, this black man died. And it did come back that he had no drugs, no alcohol in his system, and he was having a diabetic episode. And now she's on trial, and she's basically saying,
throw that bitch in prison. What the fuck's wrong with her?
She's basically saying he reached to grab the gun, pulled the trigger, and shot himself. Even though the
the craziness is, like, not saying he shot himself or not allegedly, but you introduced the gun to a situation you had no business being in.
And that's what his lawyer is saying. That's what his lawyer is saying.
Video his play, and that's it.
The lawyer is basically saying that 911 operator told her stop chasing him, and she continued to chase him.
Look, realistically, not saying that's what happened, but say she cut him off, right? Boom, pulled up to him and pulled the gun on him. There is a chance, in the fear for his life, he's seeing a gun pulled out to him by someone that's not an officer. He tried to defend himself. You know what I'm trying to say?
Right.
Like, there's a chance that he tried to defend himself. But you caused the whole situation. You had no business sticking or pulling a gun on someone.
She had no reason to chase him.
No reason to chase him. No reason to pull a gun out on. No reason to chase him. No reason to cut him off. And no reason to pull up. He was not a threat to her at any instant. Even with the gun pulled on him, and say he started tussling for the gun, he wasn't a threat to her. She was the threat to him, because all he sees is a random white lady that's not a cop, that has no certification or anything, or no, obviously you have the right to bear arms, but no certification to pull me over, pull a gun out on me to give me demands. You know what I'm trying to say? To do that, I'm having this medical episode. Hey, I'm in danger. I gotta do what I gotta do to survive. And unfortunately, she killed him. And she caused that whole situation. Nothing, obviously, people could say maybe if he had a condition, he shouldn't be on the road, or if people want to argue that. Let's just say it, people want to argue
the EMT that was on the site, because there was a cop and an off-duty cop and an EMT on the site. Off-duty cop and an off EMT on the site. And the off EMT said it looked like he was having a diabetic episode. And if you know anything about the diabetic episode, you're not in the right state of mind. You're sweating. You're going into hallucinations. You're really basically almost dying. And so they think like he was trying to get to the hospital as quick as he can, and that's why this happened. But John, like the court, like
she's totally in the wrong. Totally.
Yeah, but the crazy part is that they really arguing, John, that it was his fault because he grabbed the gun and he pulled the trigger.
Ain't no way he probably grabbed the gun, but she definitely. How many times he ended up getting shot?
One, but it was a close range shot. So if you do want to watch the case, it's GA versus Hannah Payne. It's everywhere right now because boy, do I wake up early just to watch this case because it's crazy that the price, like, it's crazy. The case is crazy. If she had a plea deal on the table and it was 15 years, but she denied, she didn't want it. So now it's basically life in prison. If
she got found guilty on all counts 3 hours ago.
I missed it?
Yeah, I just Googled it real quick 3 hours ago.
I missed
it? Yeah, you missed it. She cried in court. She found guilty on all charges.
I have to go back and watch it, John. Damn.
Except the jury only took 2 hours to reach a verdict.
I would have took 5 minutes. 5 minutos. Because, John, there's no way in hell you can tell me that she's not in the wrong for this, John.
Oh, no, she's totally in the wrong. Ooh. She really bugged the fuck out. What the fuck wrong with her?
But I just had to update you guys on the court cases I'm watching because a lot of times, like, I talk about court cases I'm going to watch, and it's only like, you only hear me talk about like superstar court cases. But these type of court cases are the type of court cases I like to watch. And I mean, this one, I can't believe I missed it, but I'll take the L for missing it. But yeah, John, that was my recent one that I was watching. John is into it now.
I'm reading like the details on this shit, but yo, God,
so and here's my question to Instagram and to YouTube. Do you think that as a citizen you have a right to insert yourself into these kind of accidents or car accidents, or if you see like a driver pulling away? Do you feel like we as citizens have the right to pull out guns and do citizens arrest and do the extra when it doesn't involve us? That's my question to YouTube and my question to
all of. I would say, agree to answer your question. I feel like in certain situations, this one's not one of them. I think if it's something involving kids or someone that's innocent facing.
But then, John, it's still not our job to insert ourselves. We are not trained into that. So it's to my opinion, we should still not insert ourselves into certain situations because we can actually make it worse for that child or for that person.
Make it worse. But I feel like when it comes to children or someone that's in immediate harm, if you take the right to do it, all for you. I'm not saying you have to, but I feel like that's a situation where it's justifiable. Obviously, this is a situation where there was no immediate threat to no one's life. The accident took place, and he was trying to obviously get to the hospital. He wasn't a threat to obviously he's having a medical episode, so on the road he's a threat because he's not on the right state of mind. He's not he's not an intentional threat. It's he's just someone that's having a medical episode, so he's not an intentional threat to harm anyone innocent or no children. So she went out her way in a situation that take a picture of the license plate, take video camera. We have our phones have videos, and I'm trying to say, just record everything. You can probably get him on camera, his face. So you get his license plate, his face, and all that on camera, and that's it. Police come, show him like, yo, there's that guy, his license plate. You got the whole car in the video and the picture, and that's it. That's all that needs to be done.
Right.
But that's what I'm saying. In that situation, you're doing too much. But in a situation involving kids or immediate harm to an innocent person,
right.
One step up. I'm not against anyone stepping up and doing what's right in those situations.
Right. No, I get that.
This is my opinion. That's just my opinion. That's how I feel. But what she did was completely wrong. And I'm happy she was found guilty on all charges. Hopefully, as she does her time in prison, she could, rehabilitate and comprehend.
I'm really mad. Now I gotta go watch. Now I gotta go fucking watch the
case. But hopefully she can rehabilitate and comprehend what she did was wrong. I would say, I can't even say if the intentions was pure, because either way, she took a minor situation that was bad, obviously, and turned that shit into a horrific tragedy for no reason. Man. Because all she had to do is cut him off. You know what I'm trying to say? She didn't have to pull out the gun. She could have just cut him off. You want to play the hero, cut him off.
Again, the 911 call that they played at the trial, the girl told her, ma'am, please stop chasing him and go back to the accident scene, and we'll take your witness statement there. Like, we'll find him, but please, you need to go back to the scene. And she just completely ignored the 911 operator and did what the fuck she wanted to do. Like, if she was Captain Save-A-Ho. And so
that shit is crazy. But she was 25 years old. She was found guilty on all charges. I don't think they sentenced her yet.
Nah, they don't sentence you right there and then.
Yeah, I know that, but I want to see what's the minimum and the maximum that she gets. That's what I'm looking for. Because obviously you gotta go like a month or two later down to your sentencing. So I just want to see what's the maximum on all the counts.
Well, they didn't do maximum because she had a plea on the table. She had a plea deal on the table. She didn't accept the plea deal. So I think they asking for life.
Yeah. Trying to find it, but we'll talk about it when it comes to the sentencing. We'll chat fully. We'll get back to the story. We'll come back to it and talk about it. But no, nice story, Bree. Good add to the show. Now I want to see what the sentencing gets to, because I'm in it, because that's just that whole shit is some bullshit, you know.
Yeah, no, John. When I saw that,
but keeping it in legalities and criminal stuff. Joe Biden's son has been indicted on some charges. He's facing a gun charge. What the fuck? They found coke in the White House. President's son get caught a gun. How the fuck did he catch a gun charge? What is going on?
It's white people shit. You know what's funny? They trying to say it's a setup because they want Byron out of the White House. So they trying to say it's like a setup.
So it's Trump, when Trump says it, they don't want him to run for president, it's a setup. Oh, fuck Trump. But now roles reverse. His son out here doing some bullshit, got caught up. Oh, they doing that because they want me out of. It is crazy how these politicians be using the same thing against each other.
The thing is, if we trying to get Byron out of the White House, I don't think they would use his son to get Byron out of the White House. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't think.
So
Byron's
he got the obviously he was indicted for the tax charge, and then he caught a federal. What is he doing? He don't know he's the president's son. Like, what is he doing?
Have president's kids not been fucked up before?
No, I ain't seen none on this level. They say a maximum of 17.
No, because Trump's kids were tax reduction too, or tax something.
They ain't get indicted though.
They did get indicted.
Trump, let's go to Trump Jr.
I don't think that's his name, but okay.
Yeah, no, it's Donald Trump Jr.
Oh.
That's like the main one.
The main one. His other kids not the main kids.
He's just him and the daughter is like more of the ones that's like in the limelight and they speak. You know what I'm trying to say? Not saying that the main. It's Junior also. He's the junior, so. He got a civil suit trial, but he, they never got criminally indicted, but he's facing a civil suit.
Oh.
So I ever had then Biden's son done caught. Oh, a whole bunch of charges. Like, holy shit.
They trying to get Byron's son out of there. Why you keep saying Biden? It's Byron.
It's Joe Biden.
Sure, Byron.
It's Joe Biden and Hunter Biden.
No, it's Byron.
Byron. But
what you gotta say right now? Yo, Byron, take me on a date.
Oh.
Hey, yo. That's why I don't call him. I don't call him Biden. Right.
Take me out for
dinner. Right. I don't call him Biden no more. It doesn't
I gotta watch that clip. I haven't watched that clip in
but it doesn't fit anymore. So now you gotta say Byron.
Yeah, that's hilarious. I haven't watched that clip in a while, but that was my shit. Those shits is that ass hilarious.
I like watching when like these I was gonna say something, but then you're gonna have to edit that shit out.
No, I hate this shit. Yo, I know. Quick side note. I I did the Lotto app, the Jack Pocket, where you could do like Lotto tickets online. I did the daily $1,000 daily. So basically for the rest of your life. They sent me an email talking about I want $2. I don't give a fuck. I want $2, man. But I'm gonna use that shit to play another lottery ticket. But I'm not gonna lie, that email was like, oh shit, I won. And you keep reading, it's like, yeah, you won $2.
You know, you could just go to the store and get some of those tickets, but okay.
Do that shit online.
Okay. Then you need to watch that movie that Joe Byron and Barack Obama put out on Netflix.
What's that?
The World Behind.
Oh, you're talking about the movie with Julia Roberts. I was gonna watch that.
It's about technology.
I'll go to bed. Dad hasn't watched that shit before. And we can
no, I heard you can't watch that before you. I can't watch that before I go to bed because it's scary, and I don't do scary shit. So I have to watch it during the day with my husband. Is feeling better, so he could watch it with me, so I could feel safe. Because right now he's sick, so if I watch it and it's scary, he's sick. So who's gonna fight for me? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But The movie was produced by Barack Obama. Why couldn't I say his fucking name? Barack Obama. And supposedly,
Barack produced the movie?
yes.
Oh, yes, and if he produced it, they definitely telling us some shit that might go down.
The producers of the movie, that's what I'm trying to tell you, stupid. The producers of the movie said that Barack and Joe Byron gave ideas and wrote stuff and was like, this is how it has to be.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to watch that shit and like, yeah, they about to do this to us.
Yeah, so I'm not going to watch it before I go to bed because then I'm never going to go to bed.
Shit. But I'm going to watch it and we can review it on next week's episode.
Cool.
We'll talk about it.
I have to watch it during the day.
No, but at least it won't be something like, you have enough time to pick a time that's perfect and you can watch it.
Perfect.
Okay. Into some positive news. A man turns 103. He celebrates his 103rd birthday. And his key to surviving that long is minding his own business.
John, I'm on my business.
I do the same shit. I don't worry about nobody else's shit, man. Just mind my business, stay in my lane, and do what I gotta do.
Do you really?
Yes, I do. I don't know what that means.
I don't know if you be minding your business. I don't know about that. But...
I'll definitely mind my.
Okay. If that's what you want me to say, I'll say it for you.
I do. I don't know if I'm gonna make it to 103, but I definitely mind my business.
You know, I work with old people, and a lot of these old people, right, who in their 90s be like, I wish I would just fuck. You know that? Like, they don't really like being in their 90s and still alive.
That's unfortunate. I can see why they say that, because obviously the body and a lot is not as functioning like it used to. It's far removed. But
right, and imagine having to depend on other people. Like,
basically, they're grown kids.
Right.
They're grown kids, because when you're a kid, that's what you are. But now you have a mind of the life you lived and your body. Right. So it's like even if you've been someone that's been doing your own thing the whole time, now it's like you're at a point where someone has to do this and this for me. I can't do it.
Right. That's the worst feeling in the world.
It's the cycle of life, the life we live.
It sucks.
Part of it.
But I mean, happy birthday to the guy who made it.
I was saying, man, happy belated birthday.
Belated?
Hopefully, we talk about him on his 104th birthday and he's able to celebrate that.
Right.
In other news, more allegations have came out. I'm gonna say more allegations. Another allegation had came out, which caused Diddy to finally speak out. And he obviously put his message out and denied everything, and he said he's innocent and he will fight to prove his innocence and protect the family. Your thoughts on his statement?
He said enough is enough. You ever been in trouble with your parents? Right, John? And you hear them say, enough is enough. It brought me back to that place where my parents would be like, Sabrina, enough is enough. And you used to check yourself. Who the fuck is he saying enough is enough to? That's gonna check themselves. Who is he saying that to, John? Because I'm confused.
Talking to everybody.
Yeah, that ain't gonna do shit. You done paid out Cassie, so now you're gonna have to pay this shit too. Let's get real with it, okay? Enough is not enough. People haven't supposedly even started to scratch the surface of what's gonna happen to Diddy. From what I hear online and see online, Is just the beginning of what Diddy's gonna go through. So enough is not enough. That's one. Two, yes, they coming after your character, Diddy, because that's when they do these kind of when they say these kind of things and they press charges, and it's coming after your character. It's not coming after just your money. These allegations come after people's character, not just their money. They want to tear down your character, your businesses, and everything with that. So with that being said, unfortunately, enough is not enough. Listen. Let's
be able to prove your innocence, and that's it. You got the evidence and the means to prove your innocence.
Then he's not gonna be able to have a chance to prove his innocence, John. They're not going after him. They're going after these companies, and because they're going after these companies,
that indirectly is technically going after him because
but the companies, unfortunately, is not gonna let Diddy fight this in court. They want him to settle out of court and just do hush hush. So he's not gonna have the opportunity to fight for his innocence. The same reason why he wasn't able to fight his innocence for Cassie. They won't let him do it. It's going to destroy the businesses. It's going to destroy him. And a lot of them are not letting him do it. So he won't be able to fight his innocence. So at this point, you might as well shut up, Diddy, because enough is not enough.
It is crazy. Crazy.
But I love it.
Has a new movie coming out. You seen the trailer?
Who?
Snoop. To me, it's kind of similar to. It's kind of similar to some comedies. It's like has like mixes of certain comedies that came out before, some sports comedies before. But did you watch the new Snoop Dogg trailer?
No, I ain't gonna lie to you. No.
See,
there's certain things I just think you should leave alone, and this is one of those things I just feel like Snoop has done so much that I just think he should leave movies alone. Do you remember him in Baby Boy?
Yeah. Bitch ass.
He was bad.
Bitch ass.
Right. But he was a bad actor in Baby Boy. You get what I'm saying to you? He wasn't good. He was not good. Do you get what I'm saying?
No, I hear you. I'm trying to find the name of the movie. Oh, it's called The Underdog. So he was a superstar. It goes bad for him, and then he becomes a coach. He starts coaching leagues, which technically is something he does in real life because his league is very like his.
I don't care. He's not a good actor.
No, and there's been players that played in his league that have gone on to make it to the NFL.
It doesn't matter. He's not a good actor.
Yeah, that's how you feel, but
you could be a coach in real life. Doesn't make you a good actor, John.
No, I understand that.
Okay, so you keep saying like, oh, it's real, like in real life.
The parallels.
Yeah. So what?
Okay. Bree says she ain't checking the movie out. All right, Kyle.
I'm not. Listen. Oh my God, I feel like people just want to do things. Like it's no real. Like you just want to do things. Like find something you passionate in and stick to that. So if you good at rap, do rap. That's it. And that's where I'm at. You gonna watch the movie? Of course you are.
I'm gonna give it a look. I'll give it a look. Review. Why not? Why not? Let's get into music. The Queen Barb is back. She dropped Pink Friday 2. She's on pace to do some good numbers. It's one of those albums with 20 plus records where I'm gonna have to do my half and half, listen to the first half, then listen to the back half.
Have you even listened to the Chris Brown half?
I've heard a few songs. I haven't got a chance to.
Be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah, to listen to how break down, listen to music. First half of the album, then listen to the second half. Fortunately, I ain't get a chance to actually listen to the music, which I will. But I've heard a couple of songs. But that one song with Uzi is a very catchy song. The one song with Uzi is definitely a very catchy song. Did you get to listen to the album?
That's our shit.
Yes. How many records?
No.
Oh, you didn't listen to it?
Hell no, I'm listening to that shit.
Oh, damn.
Nicki's not who Nicki was.
Yeah, she's just older. So content-wise, it's gonna be a little different.
Nah, Nicki's not who she is.
Content's just gonna change.
Nah, Nicki used to be. She used to be like. Nah, I'm good. Nicki's a clown. Nicki's a clown out to me.
Wow, damn. Because
of the whole shit with Cardi, and then like her fighting with all the young black women rappers. It's clown shit to me. Like we there was no need for her to ever go back and forth with anybody. She was Nicki Minaj. She was, you know, the it girl. There was no need for her to go back and forth with anybody, or, you know, play other people out or say things about these young female rappers. She was Nicki Minaj. Like, we knew what it was with her. We knew she was better than most of these male rappers. We knew that she was the shit. And so for her to go back and forth and have to defend that she's the queen and all this other shit is whack. Or tell people that she needs to get her flowers and shit. It was whack to me, and it's always gonna be whack. And because of that, she has lost. She's lost her credibility. She's a clown out here.
Well, when I get a chance, I will give it a listen. And once I give it a full listen, we can give it a full, accurate review. By the time, Dev's on the next episode, he'll give it, I'm pretty sure he'll give it a listen, and he'll give it, analyze and give it a nice critical review. But she dropped an album, show some love, it's out. So it's pays to do some good numbers. Shout out to Nicki Minaj. Now let's get into the list, ASO version of the list. Last week's episode I wasn't here. Obviously, Forbes dropped his list of the most powerful women of 2023. So, obviously, they have their reasoning, influence, or whatnot. But the fact that they put Barbie on the list opened me to make the list that I made. So, y'all could agree or disagree with my list, but they really put Barbie on their list. So, when I say my list, I say my list. Bree, you got your list?
Yeah.
We'll go from 10 to 6, and then we'll go from 10 to 6 to 5 to 1. So who's doing their 10 to 6 first?
You start.
I am starting. At number 10. You ready, Bree?
Mm-hmm.
At number 10, I put Olivia Benson at number 10. What happened, Bree?
Nothing, stupid. Go, because you're gonna piss me off with this list. And I'm not doing this shit with you today.
I decided to have fun. They put Barbie on the list, so all fair game. At number 10, Olivia Benson. At number 9, I put Candace Owens. God damn. At really all right? What happened?
Go, stupid.
All right. At number 8, I put Kamiko from the show Boys. At number 8. At number 7, I put Oprah. And at number 6, I put Rihanna. That's my 10 through 6.
This is the dumbest shit we've ever done in this show because I don't even want to say my list because you're a dummy.
I wish Dev was here, man. He probably has some similarities or not similarities, but similar themes to my list.
Was that really serious? Was that serious? Was you serious?
I said I had fun with this list. There's some powerful women. They put Barbie on the list. You can't go against my list if Barbie was at play.
I fucking can't go against your list. Your list sucks ass.
Great half. Can't wait to get my bottom half.
Okay, so at number 10, I have Marseille Martin.
Okay.
Because she's a powerful woman. You see how that works? You pick real people. At number 9, I have Simone Biles.
That's a dope one.
The reason why I really picked her is because I feel like even though she's still very young, I feel like she's done a lot for the Black girl. I feel like she's the one who empowers them.
Very, very influential for what she's done in the Olympics and everything. She's definitely very
right. And then at number 8, I have Serena Williams.
That's a good one.
/ Venus Williams. I feel like they both have to give us the mark.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I definitely forgot about Serena. No disrespect, but definitely.
Because you thinking about cartoon characters, you dumbass. At number 7, I have Kamala Harris. Even though she's not my favorite person, for her to become the first Black vice president of America.
Very influential.
Right. And at number 6, I have Oprah Winfrey.
Okay, so we have a similar name on both our. I'm pretty sure on my back half we have a similar name, and our front half you're gonna have a similar name.
Okay, go
ahead. At number 5, I'm gonna go with. I also picked the athlete at number 5. I'm gonna go with Amanda Nunes.
Okay.
At number 5. At number 4. At number 4, I'm gonna go with a very, very popular female wrestler. At number 4, I'm gonna go with Rhea Ripley. At number 4. At number 3, I am gonna go with Beyonce. At number 3. At number 2, I am going to go with 11 of Stranger Things at number 2. And I'm at number 1. It's all alleged, but the way that whole shit played out was a crazy power move, if true, but all alleged. I'm going to go with Kim Jo Yang, the sister to the North Korean dictator. Yes, that's my number one. And if you know, like the backstory of what she was alleged to do, the way it was orchestrated and the way it took place, allegedly it was some crazy shit. It was definitely a big power move. That's my number one.
Okay, so at my number 5, I'm going to go with Viola Davis. I think she is a very powerful woman in today's society. I think she has changed female thinking, not only on the screen but off the screen. I'm going to go for my 4th. I am going to go. This was a really hard one because I wanted to make sure I did it justice. I'm gonna go with Shonda Rhimes. She was the one at that time, was producing a bunch of shows, taking a bunch of networks, making a bunch of money for all these people, which was amazing. Shout out to her for doing that. At number 3, sorry, I'm gonna go with somebody you probably don't know, but she's big in the food industry, Carla Hall.
Professor, I don't know who that is.
Okay, and the reason why I go with Carla Hall is because she has now she has bought half of the Food Network. She owns half of Food Network, and she's doing amazing things for the Black community with cooking and stuff like that, for like the young little girls in the schools and stuff to learn how to cook and stuff like that. I think it's to me it's amazing. It's empowering. I mean, I feel like it's I think it's amazing. And then my second one is Stacey Abrams. I don't know if you know who she is. She's a lawyer, politician. She's one of the highest politicians. And she had an endorsement from Oprah and stuff like that back in. Yeah, she's.
Obviously, I already know who number one is, but you didn't put AOC on your list.
Who's AOC?
You know, it's crazy. The politician, the young Spanish lady.
No, I didn't put her. She makes me.
Alexandra something Cortez. I can't think about the O. The O's not hitting my head right now.
Nah, I didn't, because she sucks. And at number 1 is Michelle Obama.
Oh wow. Oh, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Oh wow.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, that definitely your number one. Got me. Where was the Queen Bee?
Just because you're a singer and you're a performer doesn't mean you empowering. I don't think she's there yet. I don't think her or Rihanna's there yet. I haven't seen them do. I haven't seen them do too much for the community. I've seen them do a lot for their families and themselves, and they're billionaires, yes, or millionaires, yes, but that doesn't make you empowerment. It doesn't make you a powerful woman to me just yet.
Powerful. She's.
I mean, she's powerful, but
influences.
She's not on my top 10.
When it comes to like influence and just influence alone. Her influence.
John, she's not my top 10.
Michelle
Obama is my number
one. I know what you're saying. I'm just saying. I'm not arguing your number one. I'm not arguing number one. I'm arguing that you didn't put Beyonce in top 10.
No, she'll probably be like 11 or 12. But
when it comes to influence, it's arguable anyone on your list is more influential than her.
It is. It is. I think singing and being a star and I mean is amazing, and that makes you powerful, yes, but I don't think that makes you empowerment. Like I don't really see her doing much in the community where, she makes money, so
it's your list, Brie. It is your list. You generated your list. That's what you want to go with. That's what you want to go with. Shout out to
I mean, you didn't put no Michelle Obama on your list, which is weird.
It was for 2023, which is trying to say no disrespect of Michelle Obama, that's thing, but she's definitely a very honorable mention because the position she held, she was the first Black first lady. That's something that's very empowering and inspirational. So yes.
Not only that, but she gave kids school lunches and changed the whole school.
Yeah, I wasn't there. I was gonna say she has put in the work and has done, right by. But like I said, they made a serious list. They put Barbie on it. I said I was gonna have fun with the list. I had fun.
Your list sucked.
My list didn't suck.
It sucked. That's why I hate doing this with you and my husband because y'all lists usually suck.
Yeah, my list was dope.
You say so, buddy.
My list was dope. Well, with that being said, it's a wrap on this brand new episode of Another City Opinion Podcast. Your boy John, my co-host Bree, and we are